Hi everyone, thanks Doug for the invite. Pretty stoked to be on stage at Kumbwa where I usually come to watch shows, so check out the programmation. Pretty lucky to have a spot like that in a city like Santa Cruz. Yeah, Spanner. So I'm Damien Galbin. I moved to Santa Cruz about 8 years ago, exactly, to join Spanner and serve a little bit more than I was doing in Paris. Left my startup in Paris, joined Spanner where I became program lead, among other things I do, but senior product designer. So Spanner has been founded, 10 years ago by one of a two-person, one being here, Arne, hi. And yeah, we basically help people turn ideas into reality. So we design product, we design physical products. Most of them are connected. You may have recognized some of those there. We worked on, I believe, more than 500 projects now, so that's a lot. I'll be showing you a few of those that are like representative of the kind of project we usually engage with. But our client really wide spectrum from the very early startups to more established companies to like the biggest corporation you can imagine, which makes the job very, very fun and diverse. So in the same day, I can really switch from one of the 3 types of customers, which is kind of cool. As far as expertise, really like internal expertise, we covers the whole range of product development process, even beyond, I would say. We usually even like to engage and sometimes have some sort of advisory role where we help companies really, even before starting to spend money on the design itself, think about what are you going to do, because you're going to have to raise money. You know that's going to be complicated. You most of the time don't know how complicated it's going to be. It's going to be likely longer than what you expect and what the people who are like giving you money know. And so that's a very important foundation that we help companies with. And then obviously, the core process of the product development from industrial design, mechanical, firmware, electrical engineering, manufacturing development, really like one-stop shop for developing a product. And we are working on a very wide variety of products. Just a few examples here, some that you're likely going to recognize, but obviously a lot of consumer electronics, smart products, robotics, automotive, medical products, and many others. But yeah, so I'm going to show you a few examples we worked on in the next slides. But before that, FYI, we have 2 studios, one in Los Gatos and one in Santa Cruz on Cooper Street across the Ma. So if you're ever around there, come knock on the door. We'll show you cool prototypes. If you want a cup of coffee, we'll have a good machine. I don't know if it's as good as the one from Scott, but we'll try our best. And so, yeah, so one project I picked that I think is really interesting really shows it's a device that helps with dementia and memory loss by diffusing sense while you sleep. So we work with those neurologists from day 0 they've been working on that technology for like decades and wanted to turn that into a device that is actually about to be launched as far as production. And yeah, we work all the way during the whole process. I unfortunately had a lot of slides showing you all the steps that we had to take as far as like prototyping and everything, but that's kind of that's a result of all the work. But yeah, it stays on your nightstand and has a belt which has like 40 different scents. We had to do like a bunch of R&D figuring how you store those scents, how they're gonna be diffused, all the mechanism, all the electronics, the firmware, you name it. But yeah, it's a pretty amazing small product which has a very significant impact, and that's usually the kind of things we really love to work on at Spanner, like really designing products that make our world a better place, if we can. Another one talking about a better place, Arable. I think it's probably the second project I worked on at Spanner. It's a very neat product. We actually we took like the ID from a friend of us in the Valley and developed all the technical aspect of the product until like pretty much production. And this device is meant to gather data in field. So what it does is located in fields, gather weather data, soil data, and is able with all this data, and then there is a gigantic like backhand machine behind that piece of hardware that allows to basically improve the amount of resources used to grow all those crops and at the end make it more sustainable and actually improve the yield, etc. So pretty cool. One fun fact about that product is you see the clear dome. It's actually the way it measures the rain, because it's obviously an important impact. I mean, data to gather. It's actually listened to the rain. So that convex dome is actually like a drum skin. And like when the rain fall on it, it creates this sound that an array of microphone like capture, and that's the way they actually very precisely, and that's a proprietary algorithm, are able to measure the weather, the rainfall without having any issues about how the sensor is going to age. So that's pretty cool project. And I'd say on the other side of the spectrum. Also, we work for a small company. I don't know if you know them, GoPro. Maybe some of you do. But yeah, they had a very specific problem to solve. Obviously, we didn't come there to explain them how to work on their product roadmap and what's not. But yeah, they had actually some significant problem before to launch their production, and it was kind of a hit and run operation. Like, guys, we're like in deep beep, and we need to solve that. So we can solve it, production launch, everyone happy. So that's also the kind of involvement what we can do, helping existing teams solve problem, whereas it's about expertise they're missing or bandwidth they're missing also. Finally, I don't know where am I on time, but except doing all that, we also organize a meetup. So for everyone who's versed into making things, whereas it's in your garage or at work or whatever. We've been running that with my buddy Niall, who is out there, with the help of Spanner. So once in a month, every last Thursday of the month, we usually visit sites where people do cool stuff and just drink beers, have pizzas, and chat and have the founders or the teams present what they do. So if you're interested, actually we have the next one at, this thing is always, at Scott's on the, 26th. So we're going to visit Scott's. I think there's going to be beer, amazing food, and especially cool products to see. So yeah, feel free to sign up. Also, by the way, announcement, if you have a spot and you would like to host, we're always looking for new cool stuff to come visit. The one we did in, when was that? June, we visited the Mbari in Moray, pretty kind of a cool facility. But yeah, let me know, reach out, and I'll be happy to organize that with you. Thanks so much, and yeah, if you have any questions, please feel free.